This is the book of Revelation, chapter 6, verse 4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword. First and foremost, I would like to say, Kala Yah Bashem Yahushai Bashem Kakodash, the ones to the apostles, and elders, great millstones of Ruel. Peace, blessings, salutations to the whole fillet, to all you brothers out there pushing the word in truth and sincerity. Shalom to all you brothers, stay strong, pushing into his quick lesson. And as you brothers see from this article, it says terrifying Terminator shit. Robotics firmly equips RoboDog with night vision sniper rifle. So you see the image, or you see the picture of this robotic, dog-like creature. And they equip them with the high-powered sniper rifle. Okay, the sniper rifles, man, one shot could chop you up in half. Okay, because the size of the bullets they're pretty much, they're damn near carrot-sized bullets. So that shit could damn near chop you in half. But this is what Esau's doing, and this is part of Esau's blessing as well. Okay, it ain't just the different weapons and missiles. It's also things like this. Some crazy robotic shit. Some crazy robotic looking dog. Okay, this is part of his blessing as well. Okay, and it looks almost, it looks like it came out of a fucking movie screen or something, straight out of a Terminator movie, just like this individual said, right? And things like that. You see, Esau, he'll make movies like that, right? And people think it's fake, or it's not reality, when in fact there's some truth in these movies that Esau puts out there. The majority of movies that Esau creates in Hollywood, the majority of those movies actually have some truth in them. So you might see for example, the movie The Terminator. You'll see those cyborgs and those robots killing people. Well, guess what? That's actually something that's gonna come into reality. Okay, Esau's gonna be using a lot of these robotic looking things to kill people. Okay, because there is gonna be, you might call it a revolution or a civil war, or civil unrest, whatever the hell you want to call it, against the government. And Esau's gonna be deploying things like this out there to kill people, to make people surrender, whatever. A couple years ago, it was like maybe 3-4 years ago out there in Texas. I don't know if it was San Antonio or Houston, but there was a situation where this individual, he was in a building, and I don't know if he had a sniper rifle or an AR, and I guess he was shooting at cops or people. I don't know. It's been a while since, so I'm just trying to put say what I kind of remember about the situation. So they deployed out. I believe it was a SWAT, and I think they had one of these dogs. Okay, one of these robot things or whatever the fuck, and they actually put a bomb on it, an IED or a C4. I forgot what it was. They let the dog up in there, whatever, the robot, and they detonated the robot, and I believe it killed the individual. I believe it. I don't know if it killed him or hurt him, to where he gave up. Or okay, so I don't really remember how it happened, or if he died, or if they just captured him or whatever. But they actually used one of these things in that scenario. So it shows you that these devils, these Edomites, are actually gonna deploy things like this out there when all hell breaks loose. Okay, they're gonna put, in this case, sniper rifles, ARs, pistols, and turrets, all types of crazy shit. You already see Esau. He already has the drones. So it's in his best interest, for him, that he's gonna start using these things. Okay, these robots, instead of using troops. Okay, because you won't take no losses if you start using these drones and these robots on the people. Okay, and remember, ever since 9/11, the U.S. citizens are now deemed terrorists. Okay, they passed the Patriot Act. That's what that shit was all about. Okay, was to pass that wicked, unjust law to now where everybody in America is now considered a homeborn terrorist. Okay, so that's what the whole 9/11 situation was about. But but you see the pictures, man. You see, and like I said, man, this is not a movie prop. This is real. Okay, this is reality. Okay, even though it looks like it could be used in a movie, this is gonna be used Okay, these Edomites ain't creating these things just to put on the shelf and make them look cute, or creating them to put in movies. Absolutely not. These motherfucking devils are gonna use these things to actually start killing people. Okay, but so like I said, this is part of the sword as well. Okay, it says once again, Revelation chapter 6 verse 4, and there went out another horse that was red. Now the red, of course, who's red? Esau. So this red horse represents Esau. It says, and power was given to him that sat down to take peace from the earth. Exactly, power was given unto him. Okay, Esau didn't get the power on his own. Okay, the power was given to him by Yahweh Shem Shai to take peace from the earth. Absolutely. Ever since Esau came back into power during the Renaissance time, which means the rebirth. Okay, with the rebirth of what? The Roman Empire. Okay, and that's when Esau came back into power. Ever since that day, ever since he came into the power seat, everything became, everything was about war, destruction, pain, suffering, wickedness, evil. Okay, everything just disintegrated ever since Esau came into power. So it says, and power was given to him that sat down to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. Exactly. Ever since Esau came into power, there's been nothing but fucking wars. Okay, you had the Civil War, World War One, two. You're about to have World War Three. Okay, so all these different wars, the Vietnam War, Cold War, the wars out there in the Middle East, countless of wars out there in the Middle East. So ever since this devil's stepped foot in the power seat, it's been all war every day. Okay, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. Exactly, there was given unto him a great sword. So who was given that sword? Who was blessed? Okay, because that's what it is. That was a blessing from the Most High to a certain individual. So that's the way he was going to rule. That's the way he was going to take peace from the earth. Was with the great sword that he was given, that he was blessed with. Okay, which that blessing goes back to who? Well, let's go ahead and get it. So this red horse in this scripture here, Revelation chapter 6 verse 4, this is clearly talking about Esau, the so-called white man. So let me go to Genesis 27 verse 39, and it says, and Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling place shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above, and by thy sword shalt thou live, and shall serve thy brother. Exactly. So by the sword Esau was going to live. So that's the way Esau took control of everything, was by the sword. Okay, even when he came over here to the New World, as they called it, to the Western Hemisphere, what is now known as the Americas, he came over here and he conquered the Latin tribes with what? With the sword. Okay, which during that time the sword was the gun. Okay, was a Gatling gun and shit like that. Okay, and then they were fighting the so-called Latin tribes. And they had literal swords. Okay, they had spears and what else? Bow and arrows. They had shit like that. But when Esau came through, he literally had weapons that used gunpowder that repelled a bullet. But that's the way they conquered the Latin tribes. It was straight up massacre. Okay, because those bow and arrows, man, they don't stand no chance against a gun. So that's the way Esau took over the so-called Latin tribes, the indigenous tribes. Okay, from Gad to Issachar to Ephraim, Reuben, so on and so forth, all the way down to Asher, Naphtali, Zebulon. Okay, all the indigenous tribes, the Latin tribes, were taken down by Esau by the gun. Okay, and that's the way Esau ruled, and that's the way Esau conquered different nations and countries and peoples. Okay, so it says once again, by thy sword shalt thou live, and shall serve thy brother. And even to this very day, Esau's living by his sword. Okay, this devil can't put that shit away, man. It's always it's always on his hip, so to speak. Okay, he always has that shit by his side. And that's why these devils, they're so good with the guns. Okay, because that's their blessing. That's why they're sharpshooters. They're every day they're in the gun ranges. They're all about the Second Amendment. they created the NRA or whatever, National Rifle Associations. So when you try to come up against or try to take the weapons away, man, these devils they'll go out and protest with their weapons ready to shoot. Whoever it may be that tries to come and take the guns away, man. You have the different Edomite militias out there that are preparing to fight against the government. They're stocking up on bullets and different weapons. That's Esau for you, man. Those are Edomites. Okay, these devils, man, they'll die. They'll die for their fucking gun. They'll die for their sword, for the Second Amendment. And that proves to you. That's another clue that is talking that the Edomites are the so-called white people. Okay. But anyways, with that, that's pretty much it with that. Till next time, Lord willing, I say shalom.